Flash right there, hitting the closest target. I really love like he's also going on closest target. A lot of people, a lot of you will just go on to the stun target right here. Thing is, this guy still has flash, so you just go on the pike on the closest target. If Xayah has no flash, it's better to go on Xayah because she's stunned. So when someone is stunned, it's better to go on that target. But in general, you default into going for the first target. So this is why he also just went on the pike right there. He has barrier. Okay, Bard took it. What's going on, guys? Besides it, in today's video, we are going to analyze Pushy. He is one of the most underrated AD carry in AOS right now, in Challenger. He does play LFL, he does play in leagues, he does have actually a good experience in terms of playing with teams, but he didn't actually make it through LEC, at least yet. He works really hard and I watch this guy so much, he plays so much, he tries to focus, he tries to play his best, he tries to improve. He's such an amazing AD carry, and he's actually one of my favorite non-LEC AD carries that I watch to personally improve. So we're gonna break down his gameplay, see what you can use in low elo if you're in silver, gold, platinum, emerald, low masters. If you are in lower elo or a little bit of higher elo, we're gonna see today how a high elo player can actually help you and what you can copy from him and what you can't copy from him. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out any bit of content from this AD carry channel. This right here is my Discord. I'm a specialized AD carry coach. I coached over 3,000 of players in League of Legends. I've been doing this for 8 years full time. This is my job, fixing gameplay, finding mistakes. We've got people from Iron to Challenger here. I've coached so many people and I know what works in low elo. This guy went from Platinum 1 to Diamond 4 in a week, and we've got a lot of AD carry mains right here that climbed. Of course, we also got high elo, higher elo players. So I know what I'm saying, I know what I'm doing, and here what we're gonna see is gonna be amazing. I already know this guy. He's Challenger for a few years. He does have Smurf in Grandmaster as well. Like he's such a good player, and I really want to see how he plays. So first, in terms of the draft, he actually blind picks Kai'Sa, which is actually surprising because he's playing in super high Challenger and the guy plays Bard. These are his runes, but he just takes this. So what can you learn from this? I mean, if he blind picks Kai'Sa in Challenger, I mean, you can play in any elo and still win as long as you're good. So the champion that you play, and it doesn't really matter as much as people think. That's that, okay? And we see even in Challenger, he picks Bard. And you would say, bro, I'm playing in Emerald, and I'm picking Kai'Sa, and I expect a Nautilus, but the guy picks Bard. I hope I'm gonna get in Master or in Challenger, because in Challenger, they will play better, and they will just pick, they'll play around me. No, they won't play around you. It is solo queue. People want to have fun, people like to enjoy the game, which is fine. They will pick, you can play high elo Challenger, you can play bronze, silver. If you pick Kai'Sa, don't really think, oh, my support, if he's good, is gonna pick an engager. I mean, only if he really cares very much, which probably is not the case. He puts the word right here into the brush early on, pushes the wave. Remember, it is Bard against Pike, and it is Kai'Sa versus Xayah. Xayah is a good champion into Kai'Sa, and also Bard in early game is very bad. So pay attention to what he does, guys. He doesn't trade. Do you guys see his clicks? He's focused on pushing. Remember that when you Q on Kai'Sa, the minion gets 200% damage. If the minions are below 35% HP, he doesn't trade. This is a very uninteractive lane. What Xayah should do is get the push. What Pike should do, he should stay into the brush and he should pressure. They should be losing the lane. Kai'Sa should be losing the lane. Bard should be losing the lane. So what I like about Boshi right here, what he does, he's very uninteractive. He uses everything on the wave. He stays on the left, he doesn't really hit them, he doesn't really take unnecessary trades, and he just wants to avoid them because he wants to take, obviously this is a short trade because he was level 2 and they are level 1. Now they have no hook, so he's probably gonna just walk up a little bit more aggressively. But the point is, I have a Bard, they have a Pike, I'm not gonna play to win the lane. Because if we're gonna get in the fight, Bard is not a good champion to fight early on. So he's playing this laning phase very smart, very uninteractive. And a lot of the people ask me, oh, what do I do if I have a Bard and Bard doesn't do anything in the laning phase? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, that's how the champion works. He's gonna roam, you're gonna need to be 1v2, and now you play safe. Look, this is a Bard, and this is Tommy G. Tommy G on Bard, he was rank 1 if I'm not mistaken, and he's the best Bard in the world. So what do you do if your Bard roams? Pay attention to this, guys, because a lot of people actually experiment this in lower elo. Like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? Well, you just adapt, try to get the XP, Remember that he tries to get the XP, but as you're getting the XP, Xayah walks up, steps up, but body language of Kai'Sa is showing him that he can't get the minion. The range in which you can get the experience is the Jinx W. It's 1500 after the last buff on the range, so he knows that. He plays safe, he loses some minions, he knows that he can't follow into the jungle even though they were fighting right there, so he just takes the wave. Lovely. This is completely lovely. So he doesn't really trade very much. He plays very amazingly. He understands the matchup. He tries to take some trades very, very easy. He does trade back, but all in all, he plays uninteractive because he understands that support matchup is gapped. So yeah, this is lovely. I want to see if he's going to walk up like ever aggressively. Also, we need to buy Carl, right? Is he going to get hooked? Ooh, okay, this is pretty bad. I don't think they will get a kill. So they use barrier. I think Pyke used ignite as well. I don't think Pyke flashed. I might be mistaken here. Okay, now it's pretty bad though, because now he has no flash. Shit happens. He did a mistake. He didn't expect Pyke over the wall. He needs to recall right away after this. Bard is really smart. He wants to keep the wave here. We don't see what is happening on the minimap. But my understanding is that Nocturne is top. And if Nocturne is top, the best position you can have your wave is into close to your tower, close to your side. So this is what he's actually doing right now. He's not really going to interact very much. So remember on Kai'Sa, you can evolve your Q faster, which is really important if you buy Cal. Okay, so you must buy a Cal. If you play this champion, you don't buy Cal, you're absolutely boosted. Okay, you're not boosted, but it's a super huge optimization that can make or break Kai'Sa, because if you have the Q evolve faster, it can actually influence a lot of the fights that you play. So this is something that you really need to consider. Are you an AD carry main who feels like no matter how well you play, win the lane, make good decisions, play mechanically well most of the times, but you still have no real impact? You crush it one day, win 5 games in a row and feel unstoppable, but the next day you lose every single game and start doubting yourself. Am I even a good AD carry? What can I do if enemy top lane and mid lane are so fed? Imagine a world where you never let a lead slip away. You know exactly how to push your advantage, exactly when to rotate at the right time, and how to control objectives so you can snowball the game. A world where as AD carry you don't feel forced to make risky plays and you don't drop your lead. But you don't have to imagine it, you can make it a reality. This is Martin. He was grinding games, watching guides and trying his best, but none of it seemed to work. The problem? He was focusing on the wrong things. You don't improve just by playing more games, you improve by fixing the small mistakes that cost you wins. And that's a problem that most AD carry face. From Platinum 3 to Diamond in 2 months. Billy found himself making the same mistakes over and over again, engaging at the wrong time or mispositioning in teamfights, dying for no reason, and he even knew some of the mistakes, but he didn't know how to fix it. He would find himself guessing what to do next, unsure whether to push, rotate or fight while feeling completely lost in the mid game. Now, he knows exactly what to do at every stage of the game and his results speak for themselves. Silver to Emerald in a month. Shaquille went from Diamond 4 to Challenger. Alex went from Gold to Grandmaster, and they are not alone. They are part of a growing community of over 3,254 players who have taken coaching and transformed their gameplay. But here is the truth. This was not overnight and it was not effortless. Shaquille spent 2 years grinding to reach Challenger, not by playing more, but by playing smarter. Alex dedicated 26 months refining his skills and climbing to Grandmaster once he started focusing on what actually matters. So no, this is not a one session and you'll climb instantly, promise. If you're looking for that, if you're looking for a shortcut, this isn't it. But if you're willing to put in the time, willing to put in the effort, apply the right mindset and focus on the details that actually matter, this is the proof that coaching actually works. You're closer to being a great AD carry than you think. Most players just need to uncover what's actually holding them back. That's it. You could keep grinding, watching random guides and hoping for progress, but how much time will you waste before realizing something is missing? You could finally find the real mistakes that have been keeping you stuck and start making real progress. You have already put in the effort. Now let's make sure it pays off. Book your coaching session now at bizaz.com. Okay, let's see what's going to happen here. So he doesn't really interact. I mean, like, pay attention to these guys. Like, Bard is walking up, and he doesn't even walk up. Like, they don't have a hook, and now he just doesn't want to trade. He takes some trades, but he's focusing really hard on minions. He wants to push this wave. Looks like he doesn't want to get it into the tower, which is a bit weird, because the tower actually helps you to farm better, and he should recall instantly. But if they push, if they stay and push, he needs to stay here, depending on how fast they push. Yeah, they look like they push pretty fast, they need to stay. Exactly. I really like that he actually steps into the fog of war. I really like that he moves his camera onto the enemies right here, because if you recall, and you see Xayah is slow pushing, like Xayah is only like last hitting, then you should recall, because you have lots of time to come back in the lane, even though it's not a cannon wave. But in this case, since Xayah is very committed to pushing, he needs to stay. Obviously, your camera needs to be penned on the Xayah to see what she does, and this is a very important thing for low elo as well. So Xayah is gonna recall. She has some tempo advantage. So Kai'Sa should take this wave, and she can either push the next wave, or she can recall right away. The challenger decision making is instantly recall. If he's any good as a player, he recalls instantly. He doesn't really think about pushing the next wave. Okay, so what does he think when he does this? Okay, because usually you should push the wave before you recall, and this is a fact, and this is something that you should do in most cases in your game. But why is he recalling instantly? So he's thinking about multiple things. So one, now he thinks about where is Xayah. Okay, so we need to count, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 seconds. For this wave right now, so it's 16 seconds she's left, right? So which means 8 seconds is the recall timing, 8 seconds she walked. If she walks 8 seconds, so it takes 25 seconds to get to the lane, okay? It takes 25 seconds to get to the lane. And he's thinking about that. He knows, hey, Xayah is around the inhibitor. This wave that I'm actually seeing right now, it's gonna be in the middle of the lane, but it's gonna be in the middle of the lane in like 5 to 7 seconds. Yeah, but in 5 to 7 seconds, Xayah is passing tier 2. I need to also push it, but it's gonna take forever because 1, I don't have enough mana, and 2, it's also a cannon wave. But even if it wasn't a cannon wave, it's still bad to stay and push. If Xayah just recalled and he has a lot of mana and he knows he can push this in time, he could consider pushing one more wave, but it all depends on, can I do it in time, and do I have enough push power? And that will depend obviously on his items and his mana. And number 2, it will depend on where is Xayah. So in an ideal situation, if you see Xayah just recalled and Kai'Sa has full mana, full HP and static shiv, there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't push this. So in general, you should push before recalling. But in this case, he didn't do it because 1, Xayah is advanced tempo. She's almost in the first tower, so you don't have time to push it based on your items and based on your mana. Number 2, it's a cannon wave, so it's gonna take a long time for you to crush it. But even if it wasn't a cannon wave, it's still the time that you need to push that wave is actually a lot. So he was thinking about all of these things. In general, in low elo, you should. Oh, and one more thing that I forgot. You should also think about your gold, because sometimes if you have, like, let's say you have 1.2k gold and you need to get BF sword, there are some situations where you can consider pushing one more wave, even though that will fuck up your tempo, because BF sword is such a big deal. So this is what goes through the mind of a challenger player. They think about the recall. When did Xayah recall? Can I push it in time? Is it a cannon wave? How much gold do I have? Do I need the gold? Do I need to overextend? They think about all of these things. Of course, when I coach Grandmaster players, when I coach challenger players, they don't actually know how to tell you, hey, I'm thinking about all of these things. Because most of the challenger players, they're actually just players, and they're amazing players. They're very smart. They're like geniuses. I mean, okay, maybe not geniuses, but they're like really smart at the game, okay? So that's why if you really want to improve and you're in lower elo, you should consider getting a coach, because a coach can help you and can guide you and can tell you exactly what works for your elo. Because let's be honest, if you watch a challenger player, not everything that he does applies to your rank. And someone that knows to articulate, someone that knows how to help you, someone that knows what works in low elo and what it doesn't, and someone knows how to teach, obviously it's going to help you through the process. So guys, check out my coaching in the description. It's absolutely amazing. So if you really want to improve and you're serious about getting better, you should check out the coaching. So many people improve from silver, from gold, from emerald, from master tier. So no matter what rank you are, if you're an AD carry main and you really want to improve, guys, check out the coaching session. So he goes for a short trade right here. He gets AD in the Retrix. So we're talking about Retrix. Okay. Retrix and a dagger. Ooh. I really want to see this call again. I think he's gonna die. Oh my god, that's crazy. Red tricks obviously because your Q scales with AD. I want to see what he does. So he pushes. And after he pushes, Xayah has no E, so you walk up, you EQ. Remember, you can't E and Q at the same time, but you can Q and E at the same time. But you have to cast your Q first. W for poke, okay? And then you just instantly go in. Wow, this is crazy that he actually goes in. But why does he go in? Because Pyke has E, right? Oh my god, interesting. But he actually just dodges it. Wow. I would never think that he actually would do that. Because like thinking about it, like would you jump on Pyke right here? Not really, because he just has E, right? But he probably thought that Bard just hits his Q. So he's very close. This is like crazy call. Can you copy this in low elo? I wouldn't. If I'm in Emerald and I see, you know, Bard didn't hit the Q, and would I engage on a Pyke? Not really. Okay, so he's recalling right here. Should he push? Not really, because he's too low HP. He's considering pushing, but he should recall. The wave is into his tower, so Xayah won't be able to push it in time, and I don't think Xayah has the balls to walk up into 1v2. We're seeing the portal right here. He needs to put his camera on the Xayah. So now Xayah should push and reset instantly. That's what she should do. He uses the E. Bard is mid lane. So should he push here? He can push depending on where is the jungle. He does have a lot of items of AD. Because obviously that's how you play Kai'Sa. You buy AD because, you know, you want to get your Q evolve faster. So he could push, but I don't think he's gonna push. I think he's gonna slow push. It depends on where is the jungle, because if jungle is pathing towards top, it's much better to push. But if jungle is pathing towards bot, you can stack a wave and you can look to dive. You don't have Bard ulti, so this is why he's pushing, because we actually committed the Bard ulti on the mid lane. Oh, never mind. It's on Herald. On Void Grabs. If he's on Void Grabs, you should push because you want to get away from here. The spike is gonna come, and now you just go towards mid lane. You just stay into the tower because you don't know where it's Spike. So we don't see the minimap, but here this is no vision, no vision, no vision. So he can't just face it. He needs to wait the wave. He doesn't need to show. He needs to stay in Fog of War. And now he needs to stay in Fog of War because he doesn't know where it's Spike. If you don't know where it's Spike, you just wait the Xayah push into you. And this is a very key thing, guys, because he's up in CS. Okay? Well, actually, no, he's down in CS, like how much? 9 minions. But this is good. Bard roamed. Literally, he roamed. You have a lane where Bard scales better and he roams better than Pyke. That's how you play the lane. A lot of the people, they always try, oh, I should stomp the lane. I should be 20-0, 40-0. I need to do everything. No. Sometimes you have Yuumi support and they have Draven Nautilus. Do you play to win the lane or do you play to minimize? To minimize their, you know, their win. Look. He is a challenger player for a few years. Well, he's actually, I think, 5-6 years challenger, if not more. And he understands, hey, this is my matchup. This is my job. He is supposed to roam. I mean, he doesn't go into the narrative of, oh, he shouldn't really pick Bard because he sees me playing Kai'Sa. No, he has 3,000 games on Bard, this guy, and 5 games on Nautilus. Do you want him to play Nautilus? Are you sure you want him to play Nautilus? Because personally, I would like him to play his champ. You know, he plays what he wants, you know. So you can't really influence the picks of your teammates, and you don't have to, because if you're good and you understand truly what you need to do in the laning phase, you can win even if you don't have an engaged support. Okay, let's see what he's gonna do. Ooh, flash for flash right there instantly. Okay, that's great. So Pyke flashed, we got the word, you got the emotes. Really important, really important. Another thing that I don't see low elo players enough to do. They challenger players, they constantly check how much gold they need for the next item, because they have a plan. Hey, if I can't play to win the lane, to kill them, I need to play for my items. So you see, he stays Fog of War, same pattern. He doesn't know where is Pyke. He just stays into the tower. And from my understanding, should he stop this Xayah? I mean, I think he doesn't need to stop, because he will just take this wave and then recall anyways. But if you do that, you anyways gonna be lacking tempo. Like Xayah will have more tempo than you, because she will be a Drake first. Because if she recalls now, she'll be a Drake first. So if you're not diveable here by Pyke, and if he knows where is Pyke, which I think he does see him on the word right now. I obviously don't know, but I think he sees him on the word. He's like, hey, I'm gonna delay the tempo of Xayah. I could handshake and just let her recall. But I can just also, like, as I'm taking this wave, I stop her on the last second. And then she's also delayed in tempo. There are cases where you can stop, you're able to stop the enemies, and you don't. But in this case, I believe that he should. Okay, that's a challenger player right there. So he barriered and he prefers the tempo. Yeah, that's Yeah, I mean, that's quite cool actually. That is really cool. And he should recall instantly because again, you see? So Xayah recalled right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She's halfway. With Xayah, she's halfway already, okay? Meaning that you can't push this wave. If she just recall right now, you can actually push that wave. But in first, this guy is checking the tempo of enemy AD carry. He knows exactly what enemy AD carry is, and he knows exactly that he shouldn't push this wave, let alone that even if he could push this wave, he probably wouldn't because he has the item in base. So again, challenger players, they think about a lot of things, and I really love this guy. I love Boshi. He's such a good player. He's such a smart player. But again, what's interesting to me is that if you ask him, why did you recall there? He probably won't be able to give you so many reasons, you know? So it's very like, I don't know how to say it. I guess they are very, yeah, they have a lot of like, oh, I wouldn't queue on the wave when my Nocturne comes bot. I would personally not queue on the wave there. That's a small minor thing. Because maybe she has ult and then Pyke comes from behind. Obviously, I don't know if you see Spike on the map, maybe it's different. Also, I would always steal the kill here if I have my Q up. He needs to take plates, but let's see what he's gonna do. Because if he doesn't have vision... Okay, so Elise is in the jungle, you follow instantly. Let's see. He couldn't get plates. I don't think he knew what is a jungle, and now he's just playing one river. What I don't like about Boshi... Okay, he's just going really, really forward. He doesn't really use his Q until like the last second. Kite's like really good. I don't like that he doesn't try to steal the kills. What I don't like about Boshi is that he's alt-tabbing a lot. He's like not focused. Like when I play, I like to be really, really focused, okay? I like to be like, hey, I'm playing, no phone, no distraction, no music. But again, maybe that's just me, you know, maybe I'm just a boring person. Could be. Okay, so here he stays for the Drake. Why does he stay and doesn't go to bot? Because in most cases he should go to bot. So he checks the wave, it's a cannon wave, and now he knows Nocturne doesn't have so much damage. He does have enough damage to kill the Drake, but it's just gonna be pretty slow. He actually checked, so you guys, why he pressed tab here? He wanted to check what items Nocturne has, and he wants to calculate if it's actually worth to go to bot and to ignore him here because he can do Drake by himself. There are cases where I see challenger players, they want to help with Drake, and usually you shouldn't help with Drake because you can just get farm on bot lane, you know, waves, blah, blah, blah. Especially if your jungle is able to do it by himself. But sometimes it's good to help a little bit just because you speed things up. So the faster he finishes the recall, the faster your jungle recalls, the faster your jungle recalls, the faster he clears, the faster he clears, the faster he ganks you. Again, this is, you know, in challenger thinking because in Emerald, probably not. But yeah, so how do you apply this in low elo? I mean, in low elo, you can help your jungle here, but just go to the wave. Like after like 2000 HP, this Drake, just go to the wave. And if it's like 2-3 people dead, like if I have a Kindred with Kraken Slayer and 2 people are dead, I would always prioritize getting farm, resources and gold instead of helping with Drake. I just hope he doesn't stay until 1 HP. Yeah, see that? See that? This is a good decision making because he helps, so he speeds up the tempo of the Nocturne, but he's like, hey, I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna stay until the Drake is 1 HP because I would rather go bot and take the farm. I help to secure it. I'm gonna stay until Drake is 2000 HP, 1000 HP, 1500, sometimes 2500, depending on the level. Like I think now he left at like 2 point something because it's a minute 12. He wants to recall. So he's just looking on the next wave if it's cannon. The thing is, it doesn't really matter if it's cannon or not. Because the enemies don't have vision here, so Xayah is not so confident to push the next wave. And also this wave is pretty far, like this wave needs 15 seconds to get into the lane, and 5 more seconds for Xayah to push, and then 5 more seconds for the wave to travel into the tower. So you have basically 25 seconds to come back in the lane phase. So plus the fact that she will also be a bit slow, she will not instantly be on the wave, you know. So I don't think he loses anything, even if this was not cannon wave. And in fact, she doesn't have the balls to push. So yeah, sometimes, so what can you learn from this? It doesn't have to be cannon wave when you recall. Like if the next wave is around the tier 2, which it is around the tier 2, like below this line, okay? Below the line between tier 2 and tier 3, yeah, tier 2 and tier 3, oh sorry, tier 2 and tier 3, the middle line, the line between those, like you just see half, like you just take tier 2 and tier 3, and then you just take it half. If it's in the first half, you can recall even if this is not cannon, in most cases. There are some situations where it's a CV or they push it anyways, but look here, even if Xayah pushes, you don't lose more than like 2-3 minions. You do still lose a little bit, but a good recall is not a recall where when you lose 0 minions. A good recall is a recall where you lose up to maximum 3 minions. That's a good recall in most cases. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so what did I learn from here? If I have Bard against Pyke, Pyke is so much stronger early game. Try to not trade, try to play for the wave. You can trade. If you have level advantage, minion advantage, you can trade back. You can play around the Bard, but be conscious that you have a Bard and be conscious how he wants to play the game. Okay? And if he's trying to roam, you respect. Very, very good. He played around items, so he always checked his Kraken Slayer. Ooh. Wow, that's crazy ult here. Just to dodge the... Yeah, to dodge everything pretty much. He's gonna W. Flash right there, hitting the closest target. I really love like he's also going on closest target. A lot of you will just go on to the stun target right here. Thing is, this guy still has flash, so you just go on the Pyke on the closest target. If Xayah has no flash, it's better to go on Xayah because she's stunned. So when someone is stunned, it's better to go on that target. But in general, you default into going for the first target. So this is why he also just went on the Pyke right there. He has barrier. Okay, Bard took it. I don't know where his mid lane, so you should take this wave and then recall. He might die if he flashes. Oh. Flash. So flash Xayah, barrier Xayah, Elise, everything. So... Oh, he doesn't buy call. What? He forgot? Oh, maybe he's like... He was pretty rich in the first recall. He had like 1.4k gold. So he was Retrix into Longsword. That's a great early game buy. So maybe he's like, I prioritize having my Kraken Slayer first, as opposed to getting my Q Evolve later. Which makes sense. But if you do your research, guys, and if you check challenger players on Kai'Sa, Koreans, and you'll see the Kal is there in a majority of the cases. He goes to mid, which I want to see who goes bot. I want to see if he goes back to bot here. So he takes the wave, and now he plays for the Herald. I don't know. This is good, obviously, because this is challenger, and Orianna is bot lane. She has TP. But I know a lot of you are watching me, are watching like Bizarre, because I tell you what works for low elo, and what works in high elo that doesn't work in low elo. So there is many of you that are watching this video, and it's like, oh, but like it's not gonna work in my elo. My support, my mid lane, I'm pinging him to go bot, but it doesn't go bot. What do I do then? Do I just stay on mid lane? That's the thing. That's why you don't group mid for Herald, you don't group mid for grabs. You group mid... I mean, you usually don't actually group for grabs anyways. Unless your mid laner really allows you to do so. So in general, you should stay bot lane until you get... Ooh, he even flashed. Wow, this is a super strong crocodile. Yeah, low elo, you didn't get the bot tower. You should try to stay bot tower. You should try to stay on bot lane until you get the first tower. Once you got it, you go to mid. In the cases when you're behind and you can't get the bot tower because they have Nocturne, Talon, Zed, there are situations when you group mid before you take the first tower. But as a default rule, you should ideally get the bot tower first before you group mid lane, and then the grouping. So what did he do here? So he gets push mid, and after he gets push mid, the next wave to come here is like 30 seconds. So you have a room to go towards top lane because the next wave is like really far, right? So you on that next wave, you need to go back to mid. And he goes to here and he does R and W in the air. You guys see that? R, W in the air. Pay attention to this. This is the basic combo on Kai'Sa. So here, so you see this? R, and you see Void Seeker is in the air, like spawn. You see that? See that? It's really important, right? It's a basic combo for challenger players. He went a little bit too close, so the Renekton Q actually gives too much healing. Flashes instantly, like this guy is really strong. He's level 13. Now he gets the wave top and then he needs to recall. Don't think he's gonna get more, but it depends on the Nocturne, because if Nocturne is behind, you can also go for this tower. Yeah, he doesn't know where his Elise, so you just play slow. He goes towards mid lane. When you play Kai'Sa, it's good to play side lane because you're super strong. If you have your ulti, it's really easy to play. Let's see what he's gonna do. And I feel like this is an important thing, is like, oh, besides, but why are you watching this game? He didn't really stomp, he didn't really, like, he's getting carried. But I'm like, yeah, but he's having a Bard, and this is what he's supposed to do. Bard is supposed to roam, and that's how the lane works. You need to play very clean, you need to play it super slow, and you need to have good fundamentals, and you need to not die bot lane, and that's the thing. That's how you play. Oh, but what do I do if, you know, my Bard goes mid and they both die? I mean, now what can you do? You can't do anything, right? You're gonna play 1v2, so you can't win, you can't kill them, so you just have to farm. But, oh, so you mean I can't do anything and I'm gonna lose the game? Yeah, you're gonna lose that game. But next game, you're gonna have another Bard, and he's gonna do the same thing, but they get the kill on mid. And over 100 games, when you have a Bard, in 60 games or 70 games, if you play better than the enemies and you do your job, you're gonna win them. Okay, sure, there are gonna be some unwinnable games. That is normal that you're gonna lose them. But this is climbing in League of Legends, is having high percentage decisions over a long period of time. Doing what works most of the times. There will be time that you're gonna lose, but as long as your decision is good, you should be able to win most of the times. And I can show you guys my account as well. I think it's a good indicator. At the moment, it's 60% win rate in Master. This is my AD carry Smurf. And my win rate, some of them are good, some of them are bad. But what I want to highlight is, okay, I'm going to lose some games. Like this one, I was like 7-1. I lost the game. I couldn't carry this. I mean, some games you can't carry. 3-10, 4-12, 5-9. I have Yumi support. And like some games you just can't win, right? Some games you play bad, but you have to be consistent. Same thing with this game. It's really difficult. 1-6 mid. 4-11, 3-11, like it's really hard. But guess what? Over a long period of time, if you're doing the right thing, you will win more than you lose, okay? If you just keep consistent, okay? If you just keep consistent. But guys, see the KDAs, like my KDAs are very different from someone that one game he goes 0-10, one game he goes 10-0. So it's consistency, and improving consistency as an AD carry is very important, and it's decision making, right? So it's like, if you know how to play with the Bard really well over 100 games, and then you have Nautilus, and you know how to play with the Nautilus, and you know how to win the game, over 500 games, 300 games, 200 games, you will make the difference, okay? Because enemy AD carry, if he's worse than you over a long period of time, he might win some lucky games, but in most cases, your overall consistency / decision making is going to, you know, help you climb. And that's the easy thing about it. And I showed you my PGG. I play against Diamond 1 Masters that they try to climb, they try to play, but I just have better decision making in general, even though sometimes I lose. If I play against the same guy, in general, he might win some games against me, but if I have really high percentage decisions, I will just win more than I'll lose. And that's the most important thing in League. Well, first of all, you need to have fun. Second of all, you need to play what you enjoy. And of course, you want to learn something, because that's how you play, to have fun and to, you know, learn something. Okay, let's see what he's gonna do. So now he's actually really, really strong. I feel like now he's also in a position where he can carry. He's gonna ult W? Probably not. Ooh. Yeah, so now this is a mid game. So how does he play mid game? He just needs to play with support and jungle. So you get push mid, and then you just play with support and jungle. It's actually quite easy. Yeah, look at him. Jungle is on both sides. We play side lane, because side lane, support, and jungle. 3 things, guys, okay? Side lane, support, jungle. So he plays side lane because he has ult. Now Bard is, you know, the support, so he's gonna try to do something. He might lose this though. Okay, he does have a lot of damage looking like. His dodges are really, really, really good. His dodges are very good, very clean. He does use his barrier. Why does he use his barrier? Because he knows that if he has barrier right now and he wants to get to that fight, it's more valuable that you use barrier early on, and then now you have the HP. Would you prefer a Kai'Sa with 300 HP and barrier up, or did you prefer a Kai'Sa with 600 HP and barrier down? He preferred with the barrier down, just because in many cases, if the enemies don't have burst, you use your barrier, and the barrier is over 2.5 seconds, a shield over 2.5 seconds. So if you're getting 300 shield, but over that 2.5 seconds, you're not getting damaged so much, the barrier is useless. But here he used it just because he knew, hey, I'm gonna use the maximum potential of the barrier. Look at this. See that? He used the maximum potential of the barrier, because if he tries to kite Renekton, he might just get killed by Renekton, but not all the shield will proc. So he actually just preferred that. Look. And now he's gonna ult. There is no way, right? He can ult E. Okay, he just holds his E really well to dodge the wow. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, I'm thinking, like, what did he do this game? Because it was just clean fundamentals, clean macro. He just knew exactly how the laning phase plays. If you have a Nautilus and you're supposed to win the lane, you play aggressive, you play, you know, you need to speed up the tempo, accelerate, play aggressive, you know. but he had the Bard, so he did the opposite. He played around items, he didn't trade, he conserved his HP, he played safe when he's 1v2, he didn't tilt, oh, I have a Bard. He didn't say anything. He's like, okay, I have a Bard. I'm gonna adapt to it. A lot of people are like, oh, I have a Bard. It's over. Yeah, I guess it's over. I mean, why is he picking Bard? Why is he picking Bard? Because I'm picking Kai'Sa. Just don't pick. Oh, I mean, it's GG. So yeah, I learned a lot from this one. Guys, let me know if you actually like this kind of content. Boshi, I think this is not the last time I will review. I'll review him because I completely love how he plays. He plays really well. I would have liked to have the minimap as well to see some of his decisions. Just because obviously when we have minimap we have a lot more context and it's easier to see why he does what he does. But this is today is a new patch, so I couldn't really get the replay of this specific game. So that's why I didn't do it. So what I like about him is he plays based on the win condition and based on the matchup. He has Bard, he avoids trading. He has good rotations and map awareness. Kai'Sa is really good at moving around the map. And yeah, the recall timings, crazy. The way he played weak side this game was crazy. His map awareness and how he uses his ult. And even now, look, he wants to go to the fight. He moves there, but he has free tower on mid. He has free tower on mid, but he's still thinking to join here because it's a 3v3 and you kill everyone. It's a more worth than, you know, getting one tower mid. Even though in general you take the free gold that is in front of you. But so in this specific case, it's actually better to take the fight because it implies 3 people, okay? If it implied only one guy, and you have the choice to get the mid tower, you should always get the mid tower because it's free. But in this case, he knows it's more worth to go for the fight top because it's 3 people that are in this fight. And then also the Xayah is already dead. So then you go to get the tower. And I don't think he's going to move again. He's going to just push mid. Yeah, this is just great. This is just great. This is just super great. There is no way he's going to end on this tempo. It's probably going to end on the next tempo or... Yeah, enemies are tilted. Enemies are really tilted. Okay guys, be sure to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to watch the best coach for AD carries. Check out the coaching session if you want to get better. If you are in lower elo and you want to get better, you should try it. It's absolutely amazing and you're really missing it out if you don't. Thanks so much for watching guys and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye guys. $5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon and there are 6 people that they already are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.